Have you ever wondered how powerful ideas can cross oceans and ignite the flames of freedom in distant lands? Imagine a time when revolutionary thoughts challenged centuries of tradition, leading to the birth of entirely new nations. Enlightenment philosophy indeed profoundly inspired Latin American independence by offering a powerful intellectual framework. These ideas provided a clear justification for challenging the existing colonial structure and advocating for principles like self-governance, individual rights, and the formation of republican governments. The core mechanism behind this inspiration was the Enlightenment's emphasis on human reason and individual liberty. Thinkers of this era championed concepts such as popular sovereignty, which proposed that ultimate political power resides in the people, not in a monarch or an empire. They also articulated the idea of natural rights, asserting that every individual possessed inherent entitlements like life, liberty, and property that no government could legitimately take away. Furthermore, the concept of the separation of powers, where governmental authority is divided among different branches to prevent tyranny, deeply resonated with those seeking to break free from centralized colonial control. These philosophical tenets directly undermined the legitimacy of the Spanish and Portuguese monarchies, which ruled Latin America based on inherited divine right and absolute power. Many in Latin America, particularly the Creoles or those of European descent born in the Americas, felt increasingly stifled by restrictive trade policies and their exclusion from high-ranking political positions, despite their growing economic influence. They saw these Enlightenment ideals as a blueprint for a more just and equitable society. Latin American independence leaders, well-versed in Enlightenment texts, actively applied these theories. They incorporated principles like popular sovereignty and natural rights into their declarations of independence and provisional constitutions. For instance, many new nations adopted republican forms of government, with elected representatives and a clear division of executive, legislative, and judicial powers, directly mirroring Enlightenment prescriptions for preventing despotism. These concepts were not just abstract theories, they became the rallying cries and structural foundations for the emerging states. The success of the American Revolution, followed by the French Revolution, served as potent real-world examples, demonstrating that Enlightenment principles could indeed lead to the overthrow of established powers and the creation of independent republics. News of these revolutions, often disseminated through clandestine pamphlets and intellectual circles, further fueled the revolutionary spirit in Latin America. The Criollos found a powerful narrative in these examples, seeing their own struggles reflected in the fight for self-determination. They realized that forming independent nations based on these new philosophies was not just a dream, but a tangible possibility. Ultimately, the ideas of the Enlightenment provided Latin American revolutionaries with both the philosophical justification and the practical models needed to dismantle colonial rule. By adopting concepts of popular sovereignty, natural rights, and republicanism, these burgeoning nations forged their own destinies, forever shaping the political landscape of the continent. The legacy of these philosophical shifts continues to influence the identity and governance structures across Latin America today.